Let me start the recording.
Recording, yes.
Okay, so yeah, we can start. I can share the screen, my screen again. Okay. Okay, do I see one question?
Yes, Bayo, please. Bayo, you raise your hand, so please.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
Is any format in our data we follow before proceeding in filling pass file? Is any data format before starting the process of all pass file filling? You understand me?
Okay, yeah. Actually, I will show you, yeah, in few minutes how to enter new data in the DSS-Vue, so you can see the process of the type of data we can insert in the file. You see how we do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so going back, we arrived at this that we obtained this graph, and this was about the plotting of the data. So now on, the presentation will be more practical. So I will keep these two windows open with the presentation on the left with the steps involved, and on the right with the program, so that I can do with you the exercise and you can follow me. We can do it, do them together. So I can close the plot. We arrived at the tabulating of the data. So always, if we select one record, one of our record, we can go to the table view to tabulate it. It can be done by clicking on the small on the table image here called tabulate, or again on display there is the voice tabulate here. So we can click on it and we will open. Okay, let me move it. And this is the table that we will open after tabulate. Or again, we can open it also if we select the line, we go to the plot. So we have a plot open, and from here, if we go to File, Tabulate, we will open the table of the same of the plot we see here. So we can do it from many parts, many menus. So okay, we can go. Yeah, if we see this exercise 6 was about tabulating one record. That is actually what we did. The first row, the first record we see. We go to tabulate it. We select. We go to tabulate, and we have the table open. And okay, from here there are some menus from where you can do some operation. We can do some editing, and we can modify our view. For the editing, we will see about this option actually tomorrow, where we see all we will see all the edit of from the table, but also from the graphic. So now we can just give a look at the views option that we have here. We can, for example, what we can see is that there is the view, first this one about date and time separately, because now, as it is now, they are already separated between date here and time on this column. You can change it and condense the two columns in one. Or you can for example, have the commas or not about the commas of the thousands. Okay, here actually it depends on the laptop you have of the about the system language. I have inverted actually the commas and the points, because usually in the US version you sorry, you should have the point to indicate the decimals and the comma to indicate the thousands. But if you see in my laptop, if you see it wrong, it's because it takes some of my Italian keyboard, and unfortunately, it's not possible to modify it from the system. So if you also have this problem, just keep it in mind, and to know that you know what type of data you have, and which is the comma and which is the decimal. Anyway, you can decide which are the decimal places you want to show, 1 decimal place, or 2, 3, 4 to show your data. You can also here we cannot see it, but if you there is this show missing as, in the case that you have missing values. Usually we have a blank section, a blank box here, and you can decide if to apply to set it as it is in blank, or with writing an M or M with these bars, or a number to show them. And this is more or less about the view of the tabulate. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Another thing to see in that's important is about the selection of time window. So we can close our this tabulate view. Down here there is this on the bottom this button set time window that we can open, and through which we can select the time window that we want to apply to our record. Because if we just keep this no time window, we will have all the available data that will be seen on our screen. And when we do our plot, all the period that's specified in part D will be shown. But for example, if we want to specify a different time window, for example, we want to show just 1 year. I mean, we can start. We can look at it from, as always. This is our first line at bara at downstream caching gear badam 1. Then we remember that if we plot it, we have these 3 peaks. So we have 3 years of measurement. But if we go to this set time window, and I want, for example, to keep just the year in the middle, that was 1990, I can change the start date, and I can write, for example, 1st of Jan 1990 until the 31 of December 1990. I can write it, start date at 0, 0 and 0, 0, and time at 24 at 0, 0. I can click on apply. Okay, apply, okay. And now you see on the bottom here, it is specified that this time window is from, this is actually the end of 1989, so the beginning of 1990 to the end of 1990. And if I click now on the plot, I will see just the plot of this year that we have selected, the 1990. This is useful if you have a large series of data of many years, for example, and you want just to see what's happening in one specific year. So if we want then to rechange the set time window, I go back to set time window, and I can go to clear, for example, or to no time window. They do the same thing. I do clear and I apply again. Okay, and if I see again the plot, it comes back to our 3 years data set. Okay, we skip for the moment this relative to current time window and by individual water year, and if we have time, we talk about it later. Okay, the next thing is about entering the data into the HEC-DSS. That actually this will be an exercise we will do using another file. We will have to open. If you should have it in the training material, in the folder of training material, where we have all our files. We will have to open this bearvalley.xlsx. So this Excel file. So we will have to open it, and we will have to add the data inside this file in our DSS. So at first we can open it. Okay, in this file we have 3 different tabs that we will upload in the DSS. The first one will be a time series with a regular interval. The second one, time series with irregular interval. And the last one is the paired data, in this case with elevation and damage shown. So we would like to add this data into our DSS. Okay, if I go back to the presentation, so how do we add our data? We have to go to in our menu here on the top. We will have to go to data entry. That's here. And here we have these 2 options, manual time entries, the first 2, sorry. Manual time entries and time series and manual paired data. That will be the 2 that we will see now. So, okay, I will open the first one, manual time series. That is the most common. All the data that we are storing now here that you see here have been entered with this manual time series. Okay, I will open it, and this is the window that you see that let you to enter our data. Okay, first of all, we will have to compile all the voices here that are required in these boxes. Specifically, as always, in this A part, we will have to write, as I told you at the
Paolo?
Yeah, I think we are missing Giacomo. So let me.
Yeah, I think I did some mistake in my side. So
You did it. Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So let me call him. I don't know if he realized that he got disconnected. So give me just 1 second.
I'm sorry for that mistake.
Okay, sorry, can you hear me again now?
Yes,
Yeah,
sorry,
yes.
sorry for
Okay.
this mistake. Okay.
Okay, I'm here. Let me go back to the presentation and share the screen. Okay, we are here. Okay, here we are. We were saying about this path name parts where we have to set, as I told at the beginning, the group basin, river, region, or study name, group name. In part B, we will have to set the location. In C, the parameter, the data parameter. In D, this is the block start day, as it's written here. It's automatically generated. Here is the time interval we want to set, and we have to select it from this drop-off menu, drop-down menu. And in F, we will add like the version of the file or some additional information. Then you will have to set the start date, the start time, the units, and the type. Okay, this type, we have to choose between these four voices, per hour, per cum, ist-val, or ist-cum. And okay, as you see here from the presentation, per hour means is a period average, and is, for example, used mainly for daily or monthly average flows, and is used for long periods. We will set inst-val, that means for instantaneous value, for the area, for example, used for a measured stage or for temperature. We will set the per cum, that is period cumulative, mainly for daily flow depth, for example, and then inst-cum for that stays for instantaneous cumulative. So now we will enter what we have in our Excel file here in the box. Okay, so first we will complete these path name parts, following what I wrote here on the presentation. These are the main things to write. For A, that here I didn't write anything because that was the group name. I can write it actually the same as in part B. That's the location, the more specific location. That is, we can do it together, Bear Valley, and we can write the same here in part A, Bear Valley. So in part A, in part B. In part C, we have to write the parameter that in this case is a flow. We'll enter a flow. Part D is automatic. Part E, that's about the time interval. That will be, in this case, is 1 hour. 1 hour. Part F, that is a specification. We can write, this is the source that come from QSGS Geo. This file we are entering here are some example taken from the directly from them from the HEC-DSS board that gave this opportunity to some give some example to do this training. The data we want to enter, as I showed you here in the Excel file, will be the first one here in the first tab, time series regular interval. You see we have, as you see, we have in each row a data, a flow in cubic meter per second for each day. So we will enter this. Okay, first we need to add again a few things. The start day was 1 October 1924. So 1 Oct. We have to write the first 3 letters here for the month. Oct 1924. Start time, this case is at midnight in 24:00. For the units, we have cubic meter per second, so we can write M3/S. And as a type, as we said before, in this case, the most appropriate is per hour, period average. So we now have to enter our data here. So we will have to go to the Excel and copy all the values we have in the column D of the flow. So we go from the top. We can click on the first one and Control Shift and the arrow down. We will select them all, or we can drag the mouse until from the top to the end to select all the data in this column. We select it, right click, we copy. Once we have copied with copy or Control C, we can click on the first space here of the first for the first data, for the first value, and we click on paste here, or we can do right click and paste. And automatically all the data we have selected on the Excel file will be shown here in this screen. And here we will have all the data sorry. Okay, here I didn't change the column E because it was hour, but it didn't take my day. It was day. In column E, you have to select day. So sorry, I'll change it now. I'll go to day here. Okay, now here it automatically changed also the date here. And we can keep what was the data we pasted here, because it was from 1924 until the last here is 1991. That is exactly, if I go to the Excel file, if I go to the last column, it was in September 1991. So it is correctly pasted, our data. Okay, we can now click on save to save the data. Okay, we can close this window. And actually, if we should see the result, it should be appear in the in this window. Maybe I did something wrong because it does not display. I can try with a refresh catalog if it works. No, okay, probably I did something wrong in the process. I will okay, I will do it again fast. Bear Valley in B, Bear Valley in A, flow, in 1 day, 1 day here. F is USGS geo. Start date 1 October 1924. Start time 2400. Units cubic meter per second per hour. I will paste the data we have and I save. Okay, now it is correct. The record saved, return to the data entry screen. No, is not necessary. And now if we look at in our record window here, I see in at number 35 here, this Bear Valley flow, our flow we have put on the file. So I can, for example, do a plot, and I see this is actually the data we have inserted now. So this is our single and regular time series. Okay, then we can have a look also at how to insert an irregular interval time series. That is also in this in the Excel file we had inserted now. In the second tab we have this time series irregular interval, and we want to now enter these numbers. It's irregular interval because you see the first data is from 12 to 1420. The other one is from 1420 to 17, the next one to 18. So there is no a regular interval between the data, but we can do it in the DSS. We can add the data of this type. This is a precipitation data. And to do this, we can go to data entry. Again, we go to manual time series. And here we can fill, okay, at the beginning, we just fill as before. We write in part A, Bear Valley. In part B, the location, again, Bear Valley. In part C, this is a precipitation, so we write precip inch. This is the code for inserting the precipitation. It has to be written in this with these words, precip, small line and inch. Part D is automatic. Part E, in part E, here we have to select. Here we can select year, that means irregular month in this case. Irregular month. Version or description, here we write irregular. Regular. So start date, in this case, looking at the at the table here will be 9 of October 2001 at 12. So we will write 09 Oct 2001. Start time is 12:00. Units is in millimeters. Type, we said that for the precipitation, we decide to use the most appropriate is the per cum, this one. Okay, and here I have to write to specify each time the date and the time is not automatic as before, because it's not a regular interval. So in this case, for example, in the first one is 9 October 2001 at 12, but the second one, okay, I see also here in the presentation is 9 October 2001, so 09 October 2001, and the time is at 14:20. Okay, I need to write the first values, so it was 03 in this one. The second one is 0.1. Okay, go again with the date and time, 09 October 2001 at 17:00 this time. 17:00, and the values is 0.2. Then we have 09 October 2001, and the time is 18:00. The value is 0.6. Then we have 09 October 2001 at time 19.10, and the value will be, sorry, okay, the previous one was 0.0, this one is 0.6, and the last one will be 09 October 2001 at 20:00. The value will be 0.4. Okay, should be okay. I save it. Record saved. Return to data entry screen, no. Okay, now we should find, if we go, okay, here, in this line 35 was the one created before with the flow. This one is our new line with, you see here in party irregular month, okay, is this one. We can see now, we can open, for example, the plot. And here is the plot of the record we have created now with this different time step of not regular values. That will be also you can see it from the tabulate also. Okay, yeah, from the tabulate you see what we have inserted here. They are actually what we have set in our data entry window. So here it was how we inserted irregular time series, irregular interval time series. And so the next thing to see how to enter is the paired data entry. That is the one connected with, okay, if we go to the Excel file, is the third tab called here elevation damage, because it represents the relationship between the elevation and the damage in dollars at for different categories: commercial, residential, agricultural, and municipal. This is an example, is not connected with our project for Nile River, Nile Basin. It's just because in our Nile project we don't have this type of data, but this is just how that we want to show also this type of entering data. Okay, so now we want to enter this one. Okay, we can go to, as always, in the data entry. Data entry, at this time, we can click on manual paired data. Manual paired data is similar to the previous one. It's just that in this part C, we have the two different parameters. And here in this part of the window, we have to set X unit, Y units, X type, Y type. So we can do it now. Okay, so in part A, in this case, we can follow this window here. As an example, we can write part A. We write Fox point. Fox point. That is the group name. As a location, again, Bear Valley. This is the parameters. The first one will be the elevation. The second one will be the damage. This is the damage. The damage for these four types, for these four parameters that we will specify now. Okay, yeah, this is one. Number of curves, we have to set these four because we have these four categories, let's say. So for the X unit, we want to show the elevation. So in this case, the unit is meters, so M. The Y unit, that is our damage that we want to show, is in thousands of dollars in this case, thousands of dollars. Okay, dollars 1,000. We write it like here. Type linear is okay. And okay, here on this table on the bottom, we have to specify the labels, which are the labels we want to show. Elevation is already automatic, but the damage, since we have these 4 columns, we have to add, we can do copy from this table, from the Excel table, Ctrl+C, commercial, residential, agricultural, municipal, all, and copy here and paste here. Right-click paste, or we can write it by hand if we want. Okay, here unit and type is not necessary because it's already specified on these boxes above. So we'll actually have just to fill this column with our from 1 to 2 and so on to complete our values that we can copy from, again, from the Excel file. These values from here to the end, so all the numbers here. We can copy all the numbers, all the table, and paste it here on the first one here, paste. Okay, and now the table is completed. We can now go to save, record save, return to data entry. No, we don't need it. Now we shall see, okay, we had call it Fox Point in part A, so it's this one, Fox Point, Bear Valley elevation damage. And we can see which is the result. The result, if you go to the plot, will be this one. So we will have, we don't have the years, the time in the X axis, but we have in this case the elevation, and in the Y axis we have the dollars of damage with our 4 curves, with these 4 colors that you see here from the legend, which is which. And so this is about the entering data about per entry data. Okay, this is just what we have already did about the paste, the copy and paste of the data, and this is the result. So actually for this part of the presentation we are done, and we will see another exercise that will be based on what we have already seen this morning about the general structure, the general features of DSS. So in case if you have some, if you already have some question about what I showed you now and previously, please ask me. In the meantime, I will open the other presentation, but if you have some question, ask me. Okay, so for the, okay, see, Muna?
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Giacomo. I'm asking, is there any way for importing Excel sheet directly? I mean, instead of copy and paste, is there any way to import it directly?
Okay, actually, no, it is not something that that we have done because, I mean, in the Excel file, you will have some parts that are difficult to automatically apply to a DSS because we saw we have to select the unit of measurement, the type of data, and the date. And so actually, not what we do is to copy mainly most of the time to copy the data from the Excel, like now. Then we check, of course, if it's correctly done, but we usually do like this in this way.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So for this part of the presentation, where will I show you some other exercise. Okay, let me see one. Okay, we will have to open actually another DSS file. So actually we can close this DSS training.dss. Okay, I will close also this window. And we will have to open, okay, let me put 1 second this presentation of the exercise about the basic of DSS. Here, we want to open a file that we have on the folder DSS-Vue training material that is in the folder exercise day 1 in part 1. We want to open this DSS here called DSS class.dss. So we will use this for this exercise. I'm opening it. Okay. I will put it here on the right of the screen. Okay, now so I will go on with the exercise with this the steps to do it on the left and again on the right this new DSS. So this again was with the okay, let me move it a little bit. Okay. As I told you before, there are 3 main catalog views in DSS-Vue that can be seen from this View tab here on the top. If you go to View, we have this path name list, then we have this path name part and the condensed catalog. So, and as you have seen, when you open a new file from the beginning, each catalog will be by default display in a list of record path names sorting in these are in alphanumeric order. From here, for example, we are here looking at part A. Then if we have some common part A, it will look at part B and again at part C. But so the order is almost in alphabetically. And we can then actually sort the order of our record by clicking. You can try, for example, from part A to sort from part A, or part B, sorting from part B, again part C, part D, part E, and part F. But what's automatic is based on this number that followed this alphanumerical order. Again, in the view, more than the 3 main path name, list, part, or catalog, there is this also no path names and unsorted list that are options that are used rarely, because they are used where we have a very large database. Because sorting large catalog can take time, and there is a potential of running out of memory. So this option, no path name and a sorting list, allow access to the file without sorting problems. But usually we don't look at this. We just focus on the three main. Again, the first exercise actually was about just having an idea. If you click on each of them, of, for example, path name list or part or catalog, which is what is changing, and you see that the main differences are, for example, if we go here in this slide, list the main differences that we can see together actually. Okay, here we see we have opened the path name list, and what we see is that there is no column that separates the part name parts. There is no A, B, C, D, and E. They are just the limitation inside each of the line. While we have seen that path name parts is divided in different parts, and the condensed catalog is also divided in different parts, but with the part D that is merged. And so you see also the difference of how many elements we see on the screen. If we go to the first one, the first two, we will have a lot of elements, like hundreds and actually thousands of elements that are actually condensed in few elements if we go to condensed catalog. That's why this condensed catalog is more clear to see, more clear to show our records. As we saw before, okay, under Vue we also have the voices search path name by string and search path name by parts. That okay, we will see now in this question for this exercise. So we want to set for a part here, if we go, for example, to search path name by parts, we have a condensed catalog at first, and then we have this. We have to click on search path name by parts. So in part A, we want to select your basin, this one, your basin here. In part B, we select okay, this lookout point. In part C, flow res in, the second one here. In part E, it's 1 day, but actually this is the only, okay, 1 day we selected, but it's the only data we have. Part F is base 3, but it's the only one. So we have just this, at least in the catalog view, we have just one line. Okay. While we see here, okay, this is the answer at what happened. This is to the condensed catalog, that is one line. If we go then to the path name parts, for example, because if you go to path name parts, okay, you see these are the one, the records you see with the same, let's say, boxes selected. So we had 32 lines in this path name parts that will become just one in the condensed catalog. It's just because this path name parts divide by year. If you see at this part D, we have one record for year 1936, one record for the 37, 38, and so on for all the availables here, 38, 43, 45, 48. while in the view condensed catalog, okay, now we have to reselect again, sorry, the boxes here, the search by parts. Okay, we decided this. Okay, here we have it's specified the range, and we see that there are all the years for 37 to 1999. And this is a clear difference about the different view catalog. Okay, another exercise, another example, search for path name with the part that contains the year 1945. Which catalog view did you search in? What type of search did you carry out? How many path names were filtered by your search? How can we do this? Okay, we go back to the initial part, to the no selection of part. What we want to do now to search for this 1945. Okay, we go here to the answer. We have to go to search by string in this case and not by parts, because by string we can select exactly the year that we want. Is more we have more option to write whatever we want. And as written here, this works with all catalog except no path name and condensed catalog, because as we said, the condensed catalog keeps the range of year from the beginning to the end, but it does not write at least year in the record list, the year in the middle. So if you go instead to, for example, one of the first two list of parts in this case, now we see that we have all the years in this column D. So if we select year, search path name 1945 and click on search, we will actually have our 5 records here that have inside them the year 1945. So this is what we did. Okay, then we will do an exercise about plotting and tabulating data. We will open now another DSS file. Okay, we can close this DSS class. We can close the window. We can close the program, and we can open again in our exercise day 1 in the folder. There is this sample DSS. We will open it. Okay, we see it. We have a lot of data, flow, precipitation, air temperature, elevation. With most of them, or all of them, have 1 hour of time step. Okay, and as we know, a single record or multiple DSS record list in the main DSS-Vue window can be plotted by using the plot and tabulate. Again, we have seen it many times, plot and tabulate. From here, from the button, or from the menu here, from display, plot and tabulate. We will do again the plotting of a single record. To do this, as we know, we highlight any row in the list of path name. For example, the first one. We can, after selecting it, as we have seen, we can both click on select to see the record here, or we can again we can deselect, or we can double click. If we try to make it appear here on the selection list, it's the same, then click and select. Or actually, if we want just to plot one value or tabulate, we can also actually just highlight with one click our record, and then going on click on and tabulate, and it will appear anyway, also if it's not in the selection list. Okay, we can do as before. That one of before was the plotting of a single record. Okay, we can try it now. We click on plot, and this is what we see from the plot. It's just a simple plot with the here on the x-axis and the flow here on the y-axis. And it's quite the most simple plot to do this. The other we can do is the plotting multiple records at the same time. So for example, we can do this. We can highlight, select, and plot two non-consecutive rows from the list of path names that have a different C part. So we can select the first one. For example, we can do it in different way, or we can double click on one on this one that comes in the selection list here, and then we will go on our we want to see the, let's say this one, this elevation of Oakville. We double click on this, and then also this one will appear on the selection list. Or we can select, okay, I clear the selection. Or we can select both. We can highlight both at the same time at the beginning, and then click on select. There are different ways to do the same thing. Okay, so once the path names are selected, we can plot their associated records. We can go, okay, we have this selection here, and we can go to plot. Okay, we see now the plot here in the records. So the resulting plot should contain these two viewports for the different record with their legend. And the viewport should be of the same dimension. This one on the top of this one on the bottom. That's one thing that we can also change, the dimension of each viewport, and also the colors of the line, that as we have seen before. But this is basically what is the plotting of multiple records at the same time. So then, again, we learn how to that we can also drag another record to an existing plot. So if we keep this plot open, or if we open another plot, let's say in this case I keep this plot open, I can select, for example, another record. Okay, in this case we say we select Green River Oakville Storage. Okay, we can search at it if we do not find it easily. If I go to view path name by parts, I go to part A, I want a Green River. Part B, I want Oakville. I select Oakville. And I see here the storage. Okay. Okay, I have to highlight the record. And now, if I click on it and drag it to the graph, it should. Okay, 1 second. To do this, we have to put the plot we have done before. For example, here on the left of the screen, we keep the software on the right. And now, okay, we can click on the Green River. We drag the mouse. We keep click the the mouse and we drag it to the plot. We release the mouse and we should see our new record also in the graph together with the other two. This is also quite nice to do if you have if you did, for example, at the beginning just selected a few graph, you missed one, you want to add it to the plot easily, you can drag it and you will see it added to the initial plot. Okay. As we have seen before, we can once we have this graph, we can zoom and move in the graph. We have seen the zoom that we use by clicking on this lens here. And if we play with it, we can adjust the window we want to plot. And with the right, then with the right click of the mouse, we will zoom out. That's not very intuitive at the beginning, but once we have learned it, it's quite easy to move a graph. You just right click and you go back, and with the left click and moving the mouse, you will move the graph. Then, as we have seen, if we put the mouse along the curve, we will see which are the values of this curve in this different point. And then, okay, here in the exercise, there is something that we have seen already before about the tabulate, because I said that if we go to from okay, if I have the plot here and I set file tabulate, okay, I will have here the tabulate, the table, and from this one is possible from the table, from the menu view, to change the date with 4-digit years, to show the decimal places, to show the missing. Okay, now for example, that before we didn't, we haven't this example, but we have here some missing that are these blank boxes. If we set instead of blank, for example, M, we will have all these this letter M that, depending on the purpose of what you are you need the data, you can maybe you look it better for you to have an M or to have a blank space. It depends on your preference, but it's something that you can do. And then you can, of course, as we have seen, view, and here we have the date and time that is condensed in one line, and we can, if we go to view date and time separately, we see the two columns separated, date and time. That's maybe more easy to see, to view the data. Okay. Then back to the presentation. Actually, this is one thing that we have already seen. It was about trying to setting a time window for these multiple records for plotting and tabulated. But if we have opened it, okay. As before, here we said click on Set Time Window button at the bottom of right-hand corner to the main DSS-Vue window. That's here. And here we can select, for example, a specific time window. Here we want the month of May 1992. So, for example, 1 of May 1992. is the same as end date 31 of May 1992. From 01 was the first value. The last one was we wanted 2400. We apply it. And now, sorry, we will have actually to close it and open again to see the modify to the plot. If you have this plot, you see opened, it is not automatically modify. We will have to go to close it and open again another plot. Edit. No, sorry. We have these two, for example, selected. We go to plot, and now it is adjusted the time window from the 1st of May to the 31 of May. So we have to close it and open it again. Okay, I will clear the time window now. I set time window or no time window, apply. Okay, no time window set, it's fine. Okay, we have this question. Okay, we have to select the following path name. That is Green River, Oakville, Flores out. Okay, we do it. We can do it together. We select in this part A Green River. Okay, part B Oakville. Part C, that is this one, Flores out. Flores out. And okay, the 1 hour and OBS. So it's the one with F part is OBS. So this one. Okay, we have our record. Okay, select the following path name and determine how many data values are stored in these records. Are there any missing values? And what is the maximum reservoir release and when does it occur? So how do we reply to this question? Okay, first of all, okay, here we see one way to investigate the data is to tabulate the data. If you want to know something about this, we have to go to the tabulate. So we select it, we go to tabulate. Okay. Let me move it. Okay. Okay. So here we can order the. Okay, sorry. I have to, since I had some records. If you have some records here in the selection record, you have to deselect it. Otherwise, these two records will be shown instead of this one that is just highlighted. So I will deselect first this one that I had before. Okay, now I only have this one. So I will click on it. I will tabulate it. Okay, now here we are. So we wanted to know which is the maximum value and how many data we have. Okay, how many data we have? We can just go from, you see that we have order from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until the end. These are the numbers of data. So if we go basically to the bottom, we will just have our, okay, this is our last record, last value, that is 504, and these are the numbers of our values. So this is our 504. The other question was about the maximum value, and to search our maximum values from maximum value from here among all these one, we can select the order by clicking on this column here, Oakville Flores out. If we click on it, we will let the table order not by the number but by the value. So if we go or right click it again, okay, to reverse the order, I will have the maximum order on the top, and then on the bottom I will have the smallest. So the question was about the maximum. We see that we have 4 points where we have the maximum, that is 8,000. So that is how we answered this question about the maximum value. Okay. Now we talk about how to plot, or at least to save an image or a plot outside, out of the program, out of DSS. Okay, we said that we don't want time window. Okay, so if you have some time window set, we go to no time window. Time window apply. Okay. Because about the plot, we say a plot can be printed, saved as an image format, or it can be copied to the system clipboard and placed in, if you want it, to another application, if you want to Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, as you prefer. And the same is for the table. That may be useful. If you have some table that you want to export and save as an external file, you can easily do it. So we can try it by exporting a plot, for example. Okay, I will first of all select all the search by path options, remove the options so I can see all our records. I will select. You can select any of the path name. For example, this one, the third one, and I will go to plot. Okay, I will have this plot here, this graph here. If I go here in a file. In file menu, we have the print preview. We click on it. Okay. It should. Okay, it's opening. It's taking some time. Because yeah, this is an operation that's make to print some plot, but can take some time actually. So maybe, okay, in this case, we don't need to, at least for the print preview, because I see that's working. But if you don't want to, if you don't need to print the preview, you can just make. Okay, now it has been opened. I don't know if yours has opened, but if not, you don't need to print the preview, and you directly can go to File, Print, if you want to print your graph. That's the same of going to Print Preview, and again from here, from the preview, you can go to this print. Okay, sorry. This is the way how to print if you want to print directly on a printer or in on a PDF, on a PDF file. So you will go to okay here, and then you will have to select to specify the name of your file and save as a PDF. Otherwise, if you go to the file print, no, sorry. If you go to file print, you will get the same option as saving as a PDF file or through the printer. Or another thing you can do is from the file menu. If you go to save as, you can actually save is as an image, as a JPEG or PNG image. You can select the location, the extension, JPEG or PNG that are most common image format, and you select the place you want to place it and save it. For example, here I save it. I call it print, and it will be saved in our. For example, if I open it from the place, okay, we have saved it, print PNG, we will see the graph, the plot shown in our image. And this is how we can print the plot. Okay, then an interesting thing is how to pass from DSS values in the DSS and copy them to an Excel sheet, for example, to an Excel file. And that can be useful if you want to look at the data not in DSS but in Excel. So we can go to, as always, we can open the tabulate. So we select one record. We open the tabulate from here. Tabulate. I want the date and time separated by column, so that's easier than in Excel to work with the data. So I go to View, date and time separately. Okay. And from here we can simply highlight a portion of the table that you want to copy. And so for example, if I want okay, to copy all the serious data, I drag the mouse in order to select all, and it's quite simple to right-click, copy, and I can open an Excel file and simply paste, and we'll have the data in Excel. Because sometimes it's better maybe for you to look at it from here. So this is another option to copy and paste the data from DSS to Excel. Okay, here we will see some example of how to copy and duplicate, renaming and deleting existing records. So I will close this table. Okay, in this case, I want to open the DSS file DSS class.dss. That is the other one we have on the folder. That's the one we have opened before, but if we have closed it, we will open it again, DSS class. I will open it again from the folder. Okay, here we are. Okay, record data can be copied in the DSS view in a couple of ways. They can be copied from one DSS file to another DSS file or duplicated within the same DSS file. Okay, 1 second. Okay, yeah. So, and another thing that we can do is that to rename and delete one record from within a certain DSS file. Okay, now we want to copy a record to another file. So from this, we want to, for example, we highlight and select the record path name with the following names. I go to search path name by parts, from view search name by path. I want to select in part A, Shasta, the third in the middle, the one with stage flow, that is actually the last one. I highlight this one. From here, I highlight this and I go to edit. If I go to edit, there is this option here, the copy to. I will go to copy to. And here I can select, if you go automatically, you will find the no, sorry, copy to, not to one of the already created DSS, but we will create a new copy. So we want to have another file with just this selected data. So I will call it, for example, this my workshop. Okay, type of file is DSS. I will paste it in the same folder where we have all our other material. So name file workshop, my workshop, okay. Created file, okay. One record copied, okay. We press okay again. Okay, now we can open again we can go to the folder. We see that there is this my workshop file that has been created. We open it, my workshop. And we will see if it opens. Okay, that we have our data, our record that we have copied from the other file. I want now, okay, let me go back to the presentation. Okay, this is just an advice. If you try to copy a record from a DSS file into the same DSS file, I will not show you now, but what do you expect to happen? The thing that will happen is this one, that a warning indicates records with the same name that will be overwritten. So if you try to copy a thing with the same name, you will just, if you want, you can overwrite the records to the other. Okay, now what we want to do is to copy one. First, to have in this screen the two tabs, the two files. The one we have created, the last one, my workshop, and the original one, let's say, that is the DSS class. So to have it in the same page here, in the same window, let's say, of the program. Let's say I have my workshop open, the last one. A second that I close all the others because I have many. Okay, many file open. I have only my workshop open. if I go now from here to open in the Windows file open or open, file open, I will open here the DSS file, DSS class.dss. I will click on it. Okay, and now they are open on the same page, but with these two different tabs. What I want to do now is to copy the remainder of the Shasta record, so the other records of what in part A was written Shasta in the other in this my workshop file. So I will have to again to go to DSS class .dss where all the file were stored, all the records were stored. Prefer to go to search path name by part. Part name was Shasta. I want to select the other flows. Okay. I will get the one that I copied before. Okay, sorry. I want condensed catalog. I have to set view condensed catalog to see better our data. Again, Shasta. Okay. Now it is more clear. Before I copied the first line, now I want to copy the other 3 lines. I will have to select the 3, to highlight the 3. This one, then I can keep control and select the other. And from here, I can click with the left button of the mouse and drag all of these 3 from this DSS class to the other My Workshop tab. So I keep clean, I click. You will see all this selection moving, but you don't have to pay attention to this because it will work anyway. I will click, I will release the mouse until when we are in this My Workshop DSS. Okay, yet it asks a record already exists, Shasta Delta Strategy World web, overwrite existing records. Yes, because probably I copied the one thing that was already in the same folder. So yeah, that was the last one. I selected these first 3. I will drag them to my workshop. Okay, copied. Okay, now our data should be copied. If I go to my workshop.dss correctly, yeah, we see in our new folder that we created. So this was how to copy data from one file to the other. Okay, what we can do then is also to duplicate the data we have, each of the record that we have. We can duplicate it and modify some, for example, some part if we want. So in this case, I want to, if I go to the tab DSS class, I've removed the search by part here. Okay, we have all our parts. I want to select the basin called your basin. If I go to A, okay, I see it from here, your basin. The number here, flow, 1 day, hydrocode, it's this one. Okay, it's this, the one in number 13. I want to duplicate it, so I select it, right click, there is this duplicate that let you to duplicate the record by, if you want, changing the name of each part. In this case, I want to change the part B where there is this these values that's actually a coordinate. to another name that in this case USGS gauge. Press OK. Record already exists. Overwrite existing record. Yes. Duplicated. Okay, now yeah, I have created yes this line where we have the same data of the previous one, but it's a duplication with a change in the part B. Okay, the question here is that there are 44 records path names where the part B is the number, the long number we saw. What is an easy way to duplicate all 44 records and change the B part to just gauge? And the first thing is that before using the duplicate command, first we have to change the catalog view to be condensed catalog, because this is the way all records in the data set are copied together. This is actually maybe a little bit confusing because there are all these three views that let you to see the data, but actually most of the time it's better always to look at this condensed catalog because it's much easier for all of our type of analysis to need to analyze and to look the data. So actually we never look at this other type of catalog. For this also it's set as a standard, this condensed one. Okay, another example is to rename all path names with a part from your basin where there is not the space between your and basin to your basin with the space. And we can easily do that by I can first select of part A where all your basin is without space. Okay, we have it. I can select all of them. I can right click and click on rename. Here in rename, we want to modify this part A from this your basin. I put just a space between your and basin, click on OK. Okay. And it's done. Now all our records have the word your with a space between your and basin. Okay, what we saw before is that there are some asterisks that appear in the B part and F part when we try to rename it. We can see it again if we select, for example, 3 of them, right-click, rename. Yeah, we see these asterisks that indicates that the new name that the new record that we will obtain will be the same as the original one. So we will keep, in this case, column C, we will keep for each of them the same name. For this one, we will keep flow as in, for the second one, flows as lock, and for the third one, flow as out. And the same part D, we will not modify it because it's the range of year, so we actually cannot modify it from this rename. And this is something that's strictly related to the data, so we cannot modify it. Okay. this question. If a record path name were in the selected record section down here, and another record path name was only highlighted in the path name list, then the delete option is applied. Which record will be deleted? The answer is that only the records selected in the selection record will be deleted, because always what's here in the selection record will have the priority in terms of anything, in terms of deleting, of modifying, of plotting, of tabulate. Always, if I double click, always what is here has the prevalence respect to what is only highlighted here without double clicking. So that's the answer to this question. Okay, so I want now to delete the records we have duplicated earlier with part B equal to USGS gauge. How can I do this? I have to select the... okay, let me see where is the... okay, your base in USGS. Okay, this is the file, the record that I duplicated. I want to, we said delete it. So I actually simply have to right click and the delete. That's here. Delete records, yes. And now we don't have it anymore. But if we want, it's possible to undelete the record. That means that I want them, if I delete it by error, for example, if I want them to appear again, I can go to edit. If I go to the menu edit, there is this undelete option. And if I go to last deleted, it asks me to undelete the 39 record. Okay, and in this case, yeah, was this 39 records that represent the USGS, the new record that I copied before. Okay, and now we see that we have again the record of your base in USGS gauge. And this is a note. The undelete option will not restore deleted files after the squeeze option. The squeeze option is something that actually we will see. Is an option that lets to reduce the size of our file, because each time that we do a copy, a rename, we delete something, it will take some an added space will be used, and the size of the file will be increased, even if the file at the end in our file will just have just one store, one line maybe, but it will increase the size of the file. And there is this option that let us to reduce again deleting all this, let's say, memory of the file. So to do this, for example, if I go to now we see, okay, here on the top of the screen, okay, I deselect all, yeah. The file size is specified is for 5.63 megabyte. But there is the option, if I go to tool, there is this option called squeeze, that if I click it, so for 5.63, okay, squeezed, the file has been squeezed, and we see that the file size indicated here has gone down to 4.97. So it's quite useful. Usually when you have a large numbers of data, and you want to and you made a lot of operation, and you want to reduce the dimension, the size of the file. Can I ask you, do you have any question about what I told you this afternoon or before about the exercise? Do you have any doubt, something you want to ask?
Sounds like you were
Okay.
very, very clear, Giacomo.
I see one question.
Okay, good.
Mapior?
Okay, thank you. I hope
Yeah.
you are getting me. Only I want to make asking for some clarification because I was a little bit late before. So what I want to know is, after this one, where are we going to get this resource from? Have you provided the link already or not? That's one. Two, what is required of us to do from now until the end of this course? These are the two clarification I want you to make. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat the first question that I didn't hear very well?
Okay, my first question is the resources. I mean the material. Did you provide the link all these materials so that we can also do the same work that you are doing?
Yeah, actually, yeah, this course, this thing that I'm doing, for this we have the material. I don't know if we sent some exercise material. I don't know, maybe you didn't get into these files, but we have, and we can send again the material. We have with the presentations and with also this DSS and this Excel file through which we have done the workshop. It's yes, of course, it's all shared to everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Then about what's until the end of the course. So today I have done, let's say, this more introductive part with an explanation of the basic of DSS, with some basic operation of a plot, tabulate, and some graph. And tomorrow we will see some more advanced tools like the mathematical functions that are very useful to do operation to a large series of data. That's something that's not common in many of the other software. For example, in Excel, you cannot do this kind of operation in a so simple way to a so large series of data. While here we can, I can show you a little bit in advance. We have these tools, math function, where there are really a huge kind of operation that we can apply. We can do so many arithmetic operations, some time function where we can change copying time, shifting time the data, change time interval, do minimum, maximum, average period analysis, change irregular to regular. We have some hydrologic function that we can apply. We can get some statistics for the data. We can do many things. So the idea is in this workshop is to get to you to know this program, to have an idea of how it works and how we manage it, and to make you understand the process and to do the basics of this software, in this case of DSS, that can be useful and used for many purposes. Okay. Did I reply to your questions?
Of course, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody else?
Any other question, Giacomo? Otherwise, I think I don't know if there is any. So it's clear. Just to recap, I guess you got what was the main. What is the main purpose of this tool today? And as you can see, the great importance is to create a sort of a standard that all of you can use. Then you can use your Excel. You know, if it is better for you, you can. You have seen how you can import data not directly from Excel. I mean, not in an automated way, simply because each Excel file has a different format. So this is not can be done automatically, but you can easily import data inside DSS, and you can easily export to Excel. So this is something that is really important. But other than that, yeah, you have seen some of the basic operation that you can do to visualize basically the data today. Tomorrow you will see how to manage the data, how to do some statistical analysis, some additional operations on the data in a very powerful way. So hopefully this is clear enough. We know that, again, let me highlight again that we know that how difficult it is to do these virtual trainings on software. So we feel that we can get the more feedback we get from you, the better we can convey messages. So feel free to interrupt again to provide feedback, and definitely we will share again all the material via email, all the material we worked on today, and also we will share what we are going to use tomorrow, so that you are well prepared. Hopefully tomorrow we will not face connection issues. We will circulate again with the material. We will circulate again the link to connect. I don't have any other comments, so unless there is somebody else that have additional questions, otherwise we can adjourn to tomorrow, same time, same channels. Any question, any comment, or Muna, if you are still online, if you wanna further comment?
Yes, Paulo, is this record will be shared also with the material, or you will leave it for the end of the session? I don't.
We can definitely share.
It is better
in
to
an email to everybody today.
Yes.
The recording and the material.
Okay. Yes. I don't know. Maybe, or are you in the email that we share all our material with it? If no,
I guess in the last email I was copied, so we can do it. We can do it directly. We can share with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be better.
Okay, so this is I also, okay. There are some email in the chat, Paulo. We have to add for the group also.
Okay, got it.
I think it is not connected. Okay.
Got it. So we will use the same mailing list that you used, plus the few addresses that were added here in the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Muktaba, please share with us your email. Dr. Ahmed Hassan, I think also he's here, but his email is not included in the group. So So kindly share it with before we leave the chat, and also Mabior, I think so. Yeah, okay. And if there is anyone that haven't received our group email, so he can just share his email with us. Yeah. Do you have anything else, Paulo, to say?
I think for today, for us, I guess it was successful. Okay, so but again, because again, it's difficult to do this training with so many people online. But again, whatever suggestion you might have for tomorrow and for the other trainings that will come in the coming weeks, please feel free to send an email or whatever. We are more than eager to get feedback and suggestions.
Yes, thank you so much. I'd like to appreciate all for your patience for this long training, but it was very fruitful and it was very enjoyable. Thank you all, and see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.